I have the zonal chairman, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Western Zone, Mr. Tajuddin Lamidi Dele. He joins me live in the studio, and I also have the Chief Executive Officer of Cowrie Assets Limited, Mr. Johnson Chukwu, who joins me via Skype to look at this, the economic side of this move by the Nigerian government. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me this afternoon on the show. Mr. Johnson, I'm going to start with you. Now, many are saying that the price of crude dropped right below like 50%, and we are having this shift from 145 to 125. Some are saying we're supposed to have more. I don't know how you take this.
Thank you, Tony, for having me. My take is that it's good that the government adjusted the pump price, because the current pump price, the previous pump price of 145 naira was no longer tenable under the current market environment, because crude price has actually dropped below $30. But I think it is below what I expect the government to do. The most appropriate thing to do is to deregulate the price of fuel, PMS, in the economy. There's no need for the government to be involved in regulating the price of fuel. If the government has succeeded in taking out the price, allowing market forces to determine the price of AGO, and also has succeeded in allowing market forces to determine the price of kerosene or dual-purpose kerosene, DPK. So there's nothing that stops government from allowing market forces to determine price of fuel. Most importantly, at a time when the price landing cost will be far below the 1.5 naira they have set as the new pump price. If they deregulate completely, we're going to have fuel sell at maybe 100 naira or thereabouts, given the current slack and given the current landing cost of fuel in the country. And ultimately, that would also help us to stimulate the setting up of local refineries, so that we stop wasting the resources we're currently spending on importation of refined petroleum products. The government effort is not far-reaching enough, as it does not address the fundamental structural defects of subsidizing petroleum products or setting government determine the price of fuel.
Okay. All right. Now let me ask the zonal chairman in the studio now. Now, you are the people in the field. You are the independent marketers. You are in every nooks and crannies of this country. We see you everywhere. Correct. You are not the majors, the mobiles, the Owandos that we know. Now, how did this shift in price? How did it come to you?
Well, let me thank federal government for taking this quick action in reducing, because it's not only happening in Nigeria, it's happening all over the world. For us in independent marketer, it's a welcome idea, because it's long overdue, because as soon as the prices are coming down, normally, the crude oil is coming down, the prices of products are supposed to come down too. But having done that, we appreciate that. Our only concern is that for NMPC, in taking decision, this crucial decision, we were not carried along. It came to us as a surprise, because we understand that we are a key player in the industry, and when a decision is supposed to be taken, we are supposed to be part of that decision. So it is a mixed feeling. On one side, we have reduction in the amount of which we do business with, but on the other hand, a lot of marketers have products in their underground tanks, and some people even loaded Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So the implication is that you have bought product at an old price, and you are selling at a new price. So if you have been carried along, the level of compliance would have been immediate.
I like that. And let me ask Mr. Johnson this. Mr. Johnson, I'm looking at an average Nigeria now. This one way or the other would improve purchasing power. At least you can use the other monies to get other commodities when you can save a little bit, about 20 naira on a liter.
Yes, clearly it will be some sort of relief to the average consumer. Basic thing is that the cost of transportation should ordinarily come down. The cost of moving goods from one location to the other, because most of the vehicles we use are fuel dependent and use PMS as fuel instead of AGO. So I think this should have some moderating effect, about 1.4 million barrels. But Russia has moved its production from 9.7 million barrels a day. I mean, Saudi Arabia has moved its production from 9.7 million barrels a day to about 12.3 million barrels a day, an increase of as much as 2.6 million barrels in a day. So if you add that to the projected increase that Russia is saying they can also increase by about 500,000 barrels, you will have a market that will supply about up to 5 million barrels a day. And with such level of supply, I don't see where the demand will come. Gradually, countries will exhaust their reserves.
All right.
I mean, their storage capacity. So you are going to see all the production coming to the market. We'll be struggling to find demand for it. We already talk of Nigeria where we can't say 50 cargo of our April production. So we should brace up. We should not brace up for a slower economic activities, for possible lockdown. And I don't see this going away in the next less than 6 months' time.
Wow, we'll keep talking, Mr. Johnson. I mean, before I go, let me ask you. So when do you think we'll get full compliance to this new price? In your thoughts?
Well, for us in independent market, we are law-abiding citizens. We have directed our members to comply with government directives. Why? We are dialoguing with management of NNPC to look into our concerns as it affects our market. It has been done in the past where people are giving credit notes. So for us, we believe NNPC will be magnanimous enough to do such for us because the era of going on strike and the rest is gone. We don't want to do that because of in the interest of our citizens of this country, because we are a responsible organization.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dele Tajudeen. That's the Southwest Zonal Chairman of IPMAN, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, and also Chief Executive Officer, Cowrie Assets Limited. Always there for us, Mr. Johnson Chukwu. Thank you very much for spending your afternoon with us.